Good evening, everyone. We will begin the evening service of the Miroku, expressing our gratitude to God and Meishu-sama for the permission and protection granted while participating today in God's divine plan of constructing a paradise on this earth. Let us pray together the Amatsu-Norito, Prayer of Heaven, followed by the Miroku Prayer. Please stand. Takahara ni kanzumarimasu. Hamurogi kamuromi no mikoto mochite. Somemi oya kamu izanagi no mikoto. Tsukushi no imuka no tachihara no. Odo no ahagi harami misogi harai tamo. Toki ni narimaseru harai dono o kami tachi moro moro no magagoto tsumi kegare o harai tamae kiyome tamae tomao sukoto no yoshi o amatsu kami kunitsu kami yao yoro no kami tachi tomo ni ame no fuji koma no mimi furi tatete kikoshi meseto kashikomi mo maosu. Miroku o mikami mamori tamae sakihai tamae. Miroku o mikami mamori tamae sakihai tamae. Oshie miroya nushi no kami mamori tamae sakihai tamae. Oshie miroya nushi no kami mamori tamae sakihai tamae. Kam nagara tamachi haemase. Kam nagara tamachi haemase. Great God of light, creator and giver of all life, in accordance with your divine will, the long age of night draws to an end. Your radiant divine light, shining ever more brilliantly, awakens the dawn of the glorious age of light, a time long awaited by all humanity. We thank you for guiding us to your divine plan and for the privilege of channeling and receiving Johrei. May our spirits and bodies be illuminated and purified as we lead your truth given to us by Meishu-sama. Make us pure and effective instruments of your divine light, so that we may serve you and all those with whom we come in contact. May paradise on earth be realized, with health, peace, and prosperity, a reality in our lives. Great God of light, bless and protect us. Radiate our souls with your divine light, so that we may truly become instruments of your great plan. Seated, we will now receive group Johrei.
May God richly bless you.
Johrei is now complete. Let us now listen to a reading from Meishu-sama's The Art and Beauty. Nature's splendid beauty, its mountains, rivers, trees, and flowers, is God's work of art, created for humanity's enjoyment. Because my goal is to help others live in paradise, I must first create paradise in my own heart. When in all its loveliness, we are uplifted and purified, cleansed in mind and spirit, one of God's great blessings. There are three ways for people to attain spiritual purification and higher awareness. One, through suffering. Two, through the practice of virtue. Three, through beauty. The first way, suffering, is experienced in physical illness or adversity. When the spiritual clouds are accumulated to a certain level, it begins according to the law of purification. This is nature's way of maintaining harmony. The second method of purification, the practice of virtue, is experienced through the giving of self in service to others, both on an individual and a worldwide level. This is a better way of dispelling spiritual clouds and raising one's spiritual vibration than through the first method. It is much easier and offers the joy of service while cleansing the spiritual being of its impurities. The third way for purification to take place, through awareness of beauty, is experienced by a direct contact with the beauty of nature and with the enjoyment of lovely things created by human beings. Places of natural beauty carry a high spiritual vibration. Part of God's plan was the creation of flowers, trees, mountains, and seas for us to enjoy, and while enjoying them, to be purified in spirit, mind, and body. Any type of man-made beauty purifies the spiritual being to some degree. Paintings, sculpture, music, poetry, and prose all carry the vibrations of their creators as well as their own, producing a vibratory power that is second only to God's own creation, nature. Both service and beauty are stressed in our work. They form a balanced harmony that constantly purifies our spiritual beings.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining our Miroku Association headquarters evening service. Thank you also for directing your prayers along with us for world peace. This evening, I want to share with you the faith experience of Marcos Augusto Siqueira Filho. He's from the Suzano Johrei Center in São Paulo. Marcos Augusto is 44 years old and has been a Johrei member for 23 years. He's an occupational safety professional. However, in 2014, he was laid off from his job, and to support his family, he started working with commercial representation. Yet sales were increasingly difficult, and he went into severe financial purification. Marcos and his family went back to live on a rental place, as it was no longer possible to pay mortgage, eventually losing their house. Additionally, on several occasions, he had difficulties to honor the payments of his rent on time. He tried to return to the job market within his career, but he encountered many difficulties. Marcos confesses that at times his faith was a little shaky, but he never stopped reading Meishu-sama's teachings, participating in the monthly appreciation services, channeling Johrei, and offering donations of gratitude. He believes these practices helped him feel strengthened spiritually and brought peace and harmony to his home, despite all the difficulties he was going through. Marcos tried to keep his focus on God and Meishu-sama because he believed that a purification has its right time, and only God has the power to accelerate this process. In March of 2021, his minister advised him to focus on guiding other people to our church. At home, he became more involved in channeling Johrei to his family members. After just over a month of practice, his youngest daughter became inspired to become a Johrei member as well and was allowed to receive the sacred focal point or Hikari. Marcos gave Johrei assistance to a person who, after 2 months, became a Johrei member as well. In May of 2021, he met a friend who is the coordinator of a large business group. He said he was looking for Marcos as he needed a professional with his experience. Marcos took the selection process and was allowed to return to work in the occupational safety area after 7 years. He's absolutely certain that the dedication in our practice of faith gave him strength to face the setbacks of life, and his purification served to solidify his faith in God, in Meishu-sama, and in serving the divine work. With immense gratitude, he commits to transmit the divine light through Johrei to many other people, and to guide more people to our movement, so they too can actively participate in the construction of paradise on earth. Thank you very much for attending this evening service, for listening to this faith experience. Wish you a very wonderful weekend.
This brings to a conclusion our evening service. Thank you everyone for joining us. We wish you